Hey guys, so I just backed this old blower into the shed. We were using it as a fan when we were working up in the silo last week. Now I'm gonna take this tractor to the neighbor and we're gonna borrow his bush hog mower just for a little bit of mowing we wanna do. Straw chopper is here today. Dad's gonna be loading that thing up for a couple hours. I got the bush hog put on. Neighbor helped me hook it up. First thing I want to mow is our garden. I really don't do much with the garden. My parents were managing it, but the corn's all done. We're gonna mow this off quick. I'll be honest, I'm not that big into sweet corn. It's alright, but it's not my favorite food. Looks a little better. Now I'm heading down the road to the heifer farm. There's some weeds in the front meadow. I just want to mow quick. Got that little bit of mowing done. Just gonna leave it hooked up, make sure we don't need it for anything else. We had been using a lower protein hay. Now we're just using straw. It goes in the dry cow batch, as well as a little bit in the milking cows. And we're putting some in the heifers now too. So it's for feed, not really bedding. I was working on my computer for half hour, 45 minutes. The straw chopper's done now, so Dad's gonna grab a scoop of shavings, take it up to the calf barn so I can shovel that into the calves. There's also 4 young calves to move out. I'm gonna set up some new pens and then we can take them out. Actually, there's 6. It's nice seeing the bunks completely clean. Those 2 are. Not gonna be chopping this week, it doesn't look like. Okay. I'm gonna set up for 6 new calves. He has to go get a little more shavings for the second pen. We got these pens of 3. We just put 2 plastic dividers in them to separate the calves for the first 2 months while they're on milk. We like to keep the calves separate from each other for the first couple months because they're kind of vulnerable at this age. That way diseases aren't passed quite as easy. And then we'll open them up once they're weaned into pens of 3. And then we'll move from here out to the new heifer barn. They'll be with bigger groups then. So I'll get these pens set up real quick. We'll go get those calves.
We do need some screws. I thought we had some bigger ones, but
last week we got a bunch of rain and some of our buildings were leaking. Commodity barn some, and then the freestyle barn. We have aluminum roofs on these barns, which is nice because they don't rust, but the metal kind of expands and contracts with the heat and it makes holes with the screws. So we're gonna go up on this roof, try and caulk some of these holes, hopefully keep the rain out this week. All right, that's good. We got this roof caulk. I'm gonna use this brush and just dab it on any of the screws that are looking like they might be leaking. I was up on the commodity barn over there for a little bit, found a couple holes I caulked. Now we're on top of the freestyle barn. We got some spots that are leaking on the beds. When we get rain, it makes the beds pretty wet. Just gonna go across and put a little dab of caulk on a bunch of it. I like this roof more, it's not as steep. Just any screw that I think could be leaking a little bit, just putting a dab of caulk on it. This one's completely loose. Couldn't even tighten it because the board underneath is probably rotting from the water getting in there. Just put some caulk on there. We got all the seams on the big roof. Go over to the little special needs pen roof and check this. We went over all those roofs. Now I guess we're ready for a little bit of rain. The plan is to start harvesting corn silage next week. We pretty much ready to go with the bunks. There's a couple things we need to get done in there, but probably sometime later this week we'll do that. All right, see you guys.